He's Bill Ryder, and he's Ryder than you.
The program Ryder than you, sometimes.
He's a fan.
I love sports so much.
He's in your face.
I will destroy those obnoxiously arrogant, clueless, tone-deaf superstars who are marginal players, good players, who made careers, who think they're Hall of Famers.
He's nice.
I promise, we're nice here.
He's humble.
I think I'm pretty good if you're on the show about admitting if I got it wrong.
Live from Los Angeles, here's Bill Ryder.
All right, we're back. This is the podcast you pay for to listen twice a month. Scarcity equals value, they tell me. This is my continued apology tour for not staying at hotels that had functioning Wi-Fi when I was on my unemployment journey of self-discovery. What I discovered is that I'm an idiot. But I already knew that. I didn't have to leave America for that. Hello, Bill Ryder with you. I'm just going to bring on the dude right now. This is exciting. The man, the myth, the mystery, the person that is the most requested would-be co-host when we do this. And everyone who says that, or most people, praise Stu and don't praise Tom. But Andrew Bogusch is the celebrated. Like, dude, the people freaking love you, man. Let's give you a little,
Well, thanks to my mom and my aunt and my brother and my neighbor for being so active on social media.
5. So that would be, that would double our listenership. You've done it. You've done it. Congratulations. You're doing post-game at SiriusXM on their NBA channel, which is amazing on the weekends. And you're going to get your kids tickets. We're going to talk about this later. Tickets to their favorite musical artist.
Well, we're going to try.
Is it hard?
This is our first foray into buying like super popular, high-end, pop star concerts. So we're going to make an effort later today. Don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Andrew will be frantically pushing the Ticketmaster, whatever it is, button when this drops. We got to get him off here in a little bit. Let me ask you this. I have so many NBA things I want to hit with you. What do you find to be, so the Knicks beat the living crap out of the Sixers last night. It felt like there's a little bit of balance back in the universe after Philly beat Boston, but then that balance went away when the Timberwolves, I think it shocked the Spurs. You've got Thunder against the Lakers tonight, and the question, and I think it's a legitimate one, of can LA even win a game? And the fact that they're in a position they weren't supposed to be in the first place. And then a Caps-Pistons game in series that I could not care less about, since I don't think either of them are remotely functioning would-be championship contenders. What for you? What's the most interesting alive story in the NBA right now, Mr. Bogusch?
That's a good question. I don't want to, be kind of like self-centered or whatever, but I'm sitting, a few miles away from Madison Square Garden. I'm overrun by Knicks fans, and not surprisingly, they're New Yorkers. They're a little bit smug. They're a little bit confident. Right. Now they're a little bit cocky, some might say. So this is all I hear about is the Knicks and 72-22 the other night in Atlanta. And then you think, okay, fine. That can't be like that again. And it wasn't technically like that again, but it kind of was like that again in game 1 with the Sixers. I think are they the first team to have I saw some nugget while I was falling asleep last night. They're like the first team ever to lead 3 straight playoff games by 30 points. That's
I didn't see that.
There's something like that. I mean,
right.
So they're doing, and it's 4 in a row by double-digit points wins. I mean, enough's enough. Just get me to the finals at this point. Fast forward so I know how this ends. Let's spare me the celebrations outside the Garden. J.R. Smith got trampled by Knicks fans apparently last night outside the Garden. Spare me all the little parts. Let's get to the end. Maybe it's the Thunder. Maybe it's the T-Wolves. Maybe it's the Spurs. I don't know. But just get me to there and the finish line one way or the other.
So I am in on the Knicks are the best team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
I am in on that remain, which I guess makes them the best team in the Eastern Conference. I'm in on, barring you don't want to see any sort of injury, but it happens. They're going to make the finals. I look at every team that's still alive in the playoffs, and other than the Thunder, there's a name that will jump out to me where I'll go, no chance, right? For the Sixers, it's Daryl Morey, which is totally unfair, but that's kind of where I am. I don't buy the Pistons at all. For the Cavs, it's James Harden and even Donovan Mitchell. I mean, I can go through this, right? The name for me with the Knicks is Mike Brown, but I guess it's working great. I guess they are.
Wait, you have a visceral reaction to Mike Brown?
I have a visceral doubt. It's not a dislike. It's great respect. I don't know him well, but people I know well in NBA circles will say that he's an incredible human being. I have some skepticism about him. I had some skepticism when he came in, but
Sure.
their offense is awesome and their defense is still really good. They're markedly better with this guy. Karl Anthony Towns makes me a little nervous, but who beats these guys in the Eastern Conference? I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, I mean, and I keep saying like, well, they're not going to repeat it again, and they keep repeating it. So I think the remaining games with the Sixers will be a little closer than last night was. Maybe, Philly's still hanging off kind of the hangover of Game 7 with Boston.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not. Maybe they are just this good, and maybe they're going to be in the finals, and maybe they're going to lose in the finals. But as they're going into the finals, the story will be, man, it was really good that we were down 2-1 to the Hawks. Like that, we needed that like little punch in the gut to get a little nervous, maybe find something different, listen to something that Mike Brown had been saying that maybe we're not taking fully, whatever it was.
I love that.
That they needed to be in that hole, to be a little bit behind just to find something different, because now they've reeled off these 4 straight wins and they're just getting more and more impressive as they go along here. They have to win the East. If they don't win the East now, the way things have shaped up here, if they don't win the East, it is a gigantic failure.
All right, I have a question for you, but I want to follow up on that first. What if you're the Knicks, right? If you're and you're a Knicks fan and you make the finals, which would be, oh my God, I'll be so pissed off. It's going to happen because the first year I can't cover the NBA Finals in 15 years, it's going to be at the Garden, because the Garden is magical. You're a Nets fan. I mean, it's amazing. I saw the Jeremy Lin games, and I saw randomly Coach K set the all-time record for wins for, I think it was men's basketball. I was they're at the Garden, and it was rousing. But if they get there and they lose to the Thunder in 4 or 5, that's a really successful season, right? I know that I need to not crown Oklahoma City, but every time somebody plays the Thunder, that's going to be the conversation. Is making the finals enough to be celebratory if you're the Knicks?
I mean, it technically is on 2 fronts. I mean, just like by definition of success, to get there, to get back to the finals, it is. Plus, their owner said they kind of had to get there for this year to be a success. So if they get there, like they check that box off as well internally.
That's true.
But I don't know. I don't know how the fans will take it, because they think they're the best team ever, and they should, be confident.
They're so arrogant,
right? And they're, and they should think that, hey, we can do this, and we win this matchup, and we know Isaiah Hartenstein and whatever. Like we can figure the Thunder out, and how are they going to defend Brunson? So I think it will take a little while, if they do get there and lose, for the fans to appreciate the whole season. But they're going to go, they're not going to, it's not going to be like, oh, we're playing with house money now. Like, Knicks fans will show up ready to win that series. And then if they don't, they're going to be super bummed.
All right. Before we move to the West, so I'm going to give you my perspective, and you can 100% shoot this garbage down if you want to. But I have greatly in my own mind, and then on this podcast, disrespected the Pistons. I thought that they were going to lose their opening round series before it started. I was certainly chirping about it to a degree, since we didn't have podcasts, but I was chirping it on the text messages with Stu and Tom, who doesn't answer my phone calls or write back. I only see him when he's on this show.
So, by the way, I saw D-Cell yesterday.
Oh, you did?
In the daylight at Sirius XM.
Did he say hi to you or no? Ignore you?
So he did, and then I saw him walking to his studio. He was filling in on one of the daytime shows. So I saw him. I was surprised. I didn't know he was going to be there. So we chatted. I walked him to his studio. We hung out there for a second. His show was starting. So I was a gentleman and I was professional. I said, okay, focus. Don't mess this up. Big chance for you. Try to talk him out of whatever.
Right.
And so I left. And then I texted him during the show. I was listening. So they were in a commercial break. I thought it was a safe time. I was like, hey, when are you done? 3:00? Come by the newsroom. And then I didn't get an answer until like 7:30, when he's like, oh, sorry, I had to run out. So yeah, I'm not there anymore. I'm like, oh, great. Good, great seeing you.
So don't tell him, but a bit we're going to do. About 2 weeks ago, I needed to get a hold of him for a very specific professional reason.
Right.
So I called him.
There was a time factor involved in this. You needed him.
Yeah. There was. I called you, and the similar thing, right? I was calling people I knew. A person I know in the business called me asking for something, and I was looking for the answer, right? I must have called him 7 days in a row. After the first 3 days, I already had the answers that I was going to get, but he just wouldn't answer or respond. So we don't really know. I mean, I think it's like 10